Hi everyone, welcome back. I've got another wardrobe update video today, so this is a chance for me to kind of talk through anything new in my wardrobe, anything I've decluttered, and how things are going with shaping my personal style. So I've made a list of what I want to speak about in today's video, and on one of the things I feel like I might get a little bit rambly, so because that might take up a larger portion of today's video, I'm just going to get things started off with the new purchases. I've made two new purchases since the previous update video. Firstly is a pair of flare jeans, and I have been after a pair of flare or bootcut style jeans for quite some time. I only own one pair of jeans, or prior to this purchase I only owned one pair of jeans, and it was a pair of straight leg jeans from M&S. Extremely comfortable and a really good price, but not really the most flattering on me. The straight leg jeans don't really do too much for my figure. What is better is a pair of flare or bootcut jeans. So I have been browsing for a pair for quite some time. I did buy the flare jeans from Abercrombie, which are really popular, but they are definitely a standing pair of jeans. The second that I sat down in them, I was like, wow, these are really uncomfortable, but I couldn't size up because then they wouldn't have fitted properly when I'm standing up. So unfortunately I did send those ones back, but then ASOS had some good Black Friday deals, so I did buy a pair of the Topshop Jamie flare jeans in a dark blue colour. Much better colour than the M&S jeans. The M&S jeans that I've got are in a lighter blue, and the darker blue are just a little bit more elevated. I think they look a little bit more sophisticated, and I think they fit better within my own personal colour palette as well. And I think these jeans are much more flattering on me than the straight leg jeans. These are a high rise as well, and I quite like a high rise jean. I feel like they kind of cinch me in a little bit more flattering as well. And the flare on them isn't a really exaggerated flare. It's a nice sort of like subtle flare, and the length is pretty good as well. They're not kind of like dragging on the floor, but they're not up near my ankles. Pretty good length on them, and I feel like with this pair of jeans I can dress them up, dress them down. And I just like the fact that they help to kind of like balance out my hips. That's what the flare or the boot cut does at the base of the jeans, just helps to balance out my quite rounded hip area. And I just feel a lot more comfortable in these in comparison to the straight leg jeans that I have from M&S. I will be keeping hold of those ones though. I don't have any plans yet to declutter them. There's nothing wrong with them. Yes, they're not the most flattering on me, but I don't want to be decluttering something that still works for now. So this was the first purchase I made, so I'm very happy that I've got myself a pair of flare jeans now, and they were a really good price, around about £33 or something, so a pretty good price for a pair of jeans. And then the next purchase that I made was a Skims dress dupe from Amazon. And this is the first clothing purchase that I have made from Amazon, and I've always been a bit hesitant to buy clothes from Amazon. I just had this kind of idea in my head, and it might be right for some things, but that the quality is really poor. But this dupe dress had so many really good reviews. People say, you know, I've got the Skims dress and this dupe, and I can't tell the difference between them. I bought a couple of different colours, one in a kind of khaki green colour and one in a coffee brown, so both fit within my autumn colour palette, and I got them in a size large. According to the sizing chart I should have been a medium, but some people say if you don't want them to be as figure hugging, if you want a little bit of kind of breathability in them, get a size up. So I went for the large, and they were a really good fit. I don't feel like I need to, you know, size up again or size down. The large is a pretty good fit, and for reference I'm a UK 10 to 12. Now these are a very kind of like figure hugging dress. I tried them on and my boyfriend was like, yeah, those are staying, those are really good. So they are quite kind of, you know, figure accentuating. So if you're not really into that kind of clothing, this probably isn't the kind of clothing for you. I'm not hugely into this, but you can also dress them down. So if I wanted to make it a bit more casual, I can chuck on a jumper over the top to have like a skirt effect. I can layer underneath with a turtleneck or over the top with a turtleneck. I can pair it with a chunky cardigan or a long cardigan. So I don't have to wear it just as a dress, I suppose. I can dress it down, but of course as well you can dress it up as well. and they are really, really comfortable. Some of the reviews also said that people wear these lounging around the house, and I can totally see why, because they are very, very comfortable material, bit of stretch in the fabric, so you can, you know, bend over and squat down in them and move about as you would do normally, and you're not constricted at all in any way, shape or form by the material. So they are really, really comfortable. So happy with that purchase. It's nice to have a couple of other dress options within my wardrobe, because I'm not much of a dress person, but I'm starting to become that way now. I've got a couple of skirts that I find really comfortable to wear, so I'm starting to become more of a skirt slash potentially a dress person. I do still love my tops and trousers, don't get me wrong, but I'm just really enjoying skirts at the moment. I've got 2 long wool knitted skirts that I really love wearing. I want to talk a little bit about my capsule wardrobe. So this year I have created a capsule wardrobe for myself. So I did a spring one, did a summer one, and I'm currently in an autumn one. I will be doing a winter one in the next couple of weeks whenever we actually come into winter. I am not actually wearing much of my capsule wardrobe at the moment though. And I've noticed this to be a pattern with my spring and summer one as well. When I first start my capsule wardrobe, I'm really excited about all these new clothes that I am wearing and all the different outfit combinations that I can make with them. But once I have worn enough or most of the combinations that I can create with that capsule wardrobe, I then start to just go back to wearing really repetitive pieces of clothing. So at the moment I have worn as many of the outfit combinations as I possibly can from my autumn capsule wardrobe, and I'm now going back to just wearing my M&S jogging bottom slash trousers that are like my go-to bit of bottom clothing, and then I just rotate through the same sort of like 3 or 4 tops. So I'm not really wearing the full potential of my capsule wardrobe. And I did a similar thing with my spring and my summer one as well. So I think after I've done my winter capsule wardrobe, I'm going to stop with the capsule wardrobe. It's been a good learning kind of process, and it's been quite kind of interesting and exciting to pick out some clothes that I would wear in all of the seasons, and also wear different combinations as well. And it's been really useful to take pictures of the outfits and start to kind of work out what works for me and what doesn't. But I do then get to a point where I don't know if I want to say bored, but I'm gonna use that word because I can't quite put my finger on the word that I want to use, but I think I get a little bit bored once I've worn as many of the different combinations as I can, that I then just revert back to old habits and just wear the same few pieces on repeat. But like I say, I will be doing a winter capsule wardrobe as well, just so I can do the full 4 different seasons of capsule wardrobes. But I don't think my winter capsule wardrobe is going to be hugely different from my autumn one. But anyway, I will be doing that, and we will see what's in it and all the different outfit combinations that I can come up with. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, which is the thing that I said that I might be really rambly about, is Kibbe. So I have recently stumbled down the Kibbe rabbit hole again. It was something that I discovered, or I stumbled upon a year or 2 ago, and with my height being 5'7.5" or 171 centimeters, I can only be one of 3 Kibbe IDs. I can either be a dramatic, a soft dramatic, or a flamboyant natural. Some people find that really limiting. Me, I find that really, really helpful, because it's just a process of elimination between 3 subtypes. I don't have to then try and think, wait, am I this type of gamine or this type of romantic? I can only be one of 3, so it makes it a lot easier. And when I first stumbled upon Kibbe, I thought I was a flamboyant natural. I think I can very easily discount dramatic. I am not kind of dominated purely by vertical. I either have curve or I either have width in my body. I don't have a body like other dramatics, so Tilda Swinton or Kate Blanchett or Taylor Swift. I need to accommodate something besides just vertical. So I think I can easily discount dramatic. So that leaves me between flamboyant natural and soft dramatic. So I did think a year or 2 ago that I was a flamboyant natural, because I have fairly broad shoulders. So I then researched a lot about flamboyant naturals, and I don't find myself not necessarily agreeing, but I don't really sort of see myself in the descriptions of flamboyant naturals. Quite often the descriptions are that you are a triangle like that because your shoulders come past your hips. Mine don't. I've got an hourglass figure. People say as well that flamboyant naturals have musculature to them. I don't. I'm quite kind of like soft and fleshy. And with Kibbe as well, your essence is linked to your ID. So if you are romantic, you have a romantic essence. You can't be a romantic with a gamine essence, for example. So as a flamboyant natural, your essence is this free-spirited person. And I'm not a free spirit. I'm not kind of relaxed and open and kind of, yeah, this free spirit. I see my essence much more as being a soft dramatic. So a year or two ago, I kind of dabbled in trying out a lot of the different recommendations, and I just didn't feel like they worked. So I kind of gave up with Kibbe, and then recently, I can't remember what it was that got me back into the whole Kibbe thing, but I tried to kind of figure out my type again, and I think I kind of felt a lot more comfortable, and I resonated a lot more with the descriptions and the outfit recommendations for a soft dramatic. And I think I explained all this in my Kibbe video. So I put on the Reddit soft dramatic some pictures of myself, and people were like, yes, you're a soft dramatic. And how they described why they thought I was kind of made sense. So I'll put up some pictures of the pictures that I put on that subreddit. And people were saying, well, yes, you have shoulders, but you can be a soft dramatic and have shoulders. Having broad shoulders just doesn't restrict you to being a flamboyant natural. But to confuse things further, you can be a flamboyant natural and have a like hourglass figure. You know, you take people like Jennifer Lawrence, for example, she's a curvy flamboyant natural. So it gets a little bit confusing. So with the pictures that I put up on the subreddit, people were saying it looks like you need accommodation with your bust. And I think this was one of the tops that I put on, because there's kind of like a curve going on. There's a curve at like the bust area. So there is like a nice kind of like drape in my clothes, which I see. Coupled with the fact as well that I don't really ever have to size up in tops or jackets for my shoulders, but when I tie things up over my bust, that's when I have to accommodate. But on that video and another video where I went and tried on some clothes in some shops, I had a few people say, no, I do still think you're a flamboyant natural. And because I'm not 100% set on soft dramatic, it got me thinking again, maybe I am a flamboyant natural, maybe I am a curvy flamboyant natural. So I'm back to a state of being very confused, and I don't know which one I am. And I know some people will be like, does it really matter? Just take what bits from each ID that you like and just try and figure out what works for you. That is a lot easier said than done though. I'm not a naturally fashionable, stylish person. I need to put in quite a bit of effort to figure out what works for me. So it's not like this kind of comes easily to me. Also, I am a very methodical and analytical person. I like structure and guidelines and order and processes in things, and I, in a way, quite like being put into boxes. It obviously depends on the box, but that's why I really want to figure out what ID I have, so I can go, right, I'm this ID, these are the recommendations, so that is what I will try out to try and be and appear the most stylish, put together, well represented version of me that I can be. So like I say, it's all very confusing. There are some pictures of me in outfits that I look at and go, yes, I can see soft dramatic, I can see nice draping going on, I can see like rounded shapes in my body, I can see need for curve accommodation at my bust line, for example. But then there's other pictures like me in that Skims dupe dress where I'm like, actually, I think I'm dominated by my frame in that picture. So I really don't know what I am. So I'm gonna try out, I think, more recommendations for soft dramatics, more recommendations for flamboyant naturals, and see which one I feel suits me the best. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter if I decide on one image ID over the other, but like I say, I kind of like having that guidance, and where I am on this kind of style journey, I feel like this is just something else to kind of add into that journey. So yeah, if you do have any other suggestions or comments or ideas that you think I might be, please do let me know, and thank you if you have already commented and sort of added your thoughts into the conversation. I really do appreciate it. So that's all I wanted to cover in today's wardrobe update video, and I don't think, looking at the time on my camera, that I rambled too much about the Kibbe thing. Maybe I did when it comes to editing, but Anyway, I hope you did like it. Thank you very much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you are not subscribed already, would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm past the 2K mark now, which is really, really amazing. Thank you very much for sticking around and have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.